Well, you've heard our Charmin Sacchetti demanding answers from Elizabeth Warren about her Native American heritage, but she's not the only one. A group of more than 150 Cherokees has now formed, calling themselves Cherokees Demand Truth, and they're not pleased with Elizabeth Warren's claims. Joining me now via Skype is one of the founders of that group, David Cornsilk, who's at our Fox station in Tulsa. Thanks for being with us this morning, David. If you could first tell us how you found out about this in Oklahoma and what your reaction was when you did find out.
When we first discovered that Elizabeth Warren was claiming to be a Cherokee many years ago, she had published a recipe in a book called Pow Wow Chow.
Sure.
And I first became aware of her at that time. But this most recent bout has been probably about sometime in April. We heard her name again and became very concerned because she was moving into a public realm that could impact the Cherokee Nation and the Cherokee people generally.
Yeah, I guess what is it specifically that you find offensive or bothersome about this?
Well, at first we were not offended because many people have claims of American Indian ancestry,
sure.
And that's not offensive. What we found offensive was that whenever we presented her with her genealogy and showed her clearly that she was not a Cherokee Indian and that her family throughout history had never been connected to the Cherokees, she continued to make that claim and double down on her claim, saying that her ancestor eloped because she was oppressed by her husband's family. She said her family came into Indian territory in a wagon, and basically was saying that her family was hiding as Cherokees, but they were living among the Cherokees, and that just made absolutely no sense to us. And so I guess in a naive way, we initially thought that Miss Warren would probably say, oh, there's the documentation, there's my genealogy, I'm sorry I made the claim, and let's all move on. And that's not what she did. And her behavior since us making public her genealogy has been very offensive.
Well, it's clear to you from your explanation there why that might be offensive to you. For people here in Massachusetts, why either shouldn't it bother them?
Well, I think it should bother everybody that someone who seeks to fill a position of trust and honor in our government, in the federal government, would first make a false claim and then use that false claim to advance herself. And you know, we haven't seen the records yet from Harvard or the University of Pennsylvania, but I believe that she did use her claim of American Indian ancestry to at least perch in those institutions that gave her some privilege.
Right.
And I think the people in Massachusetts should be concerned that someone once presented with evidence that their ancestry does not connect to the claim that they've been making would then I believe, lie to cover up that claim, speaks to the character of that person to address even greater issues.
All right. We seem to be having a little bit of problem with the Skype connection here. David, it appears that we have lost you, unfortunately. We had a few more questions that we did want to ask him, but we appreciate David Cornsilk taking the time to join us this morning live via Skype. Perhaps we'll try to get him back. If not, we thank him for his time. We have to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
You're the viewer.